Welcome back to part 3. I'm going to put what I didn't get to finish from the last video inside of this video, and then we're going to continue forward. Okay?
And at first I'm like, okay, are you from Jonathan's firm? Like, because I have an attorney, but are you from the firm? You're coming to do a follow-up visit or something? And he tells me, no, I'm your attorney. I was hired for you. That's what came out his mouth. That's what he told me. So I'm thinking, like, who hired me an attorney? I didn't know. So I was skeptical at first. Like, I didn't want to talk to him. I didn't know. I'm already paranoid because I'm here to begin with. And so we're sitting down, and he asked me if I knew the co-defendant, and I'm like, no, I don't know him. And so he has the person's background, like all the stuff that he's been arrested for, and then he has nothing on me because I've never been arrested. So, well, he only has one thing. It says a misdemeanor. I keep wanting to not claim that speeding ticket, because how do you get a misdemeanor for a speeding ticket? That's crazy. But anyway, he's pretty much just raving. He's like, oh my gosh, clearly this guy did it. Clearly you had nothing to do with it. This got to be a mix-up. I'm going to get the case dismissed before you even go to trial. Like, basically telling me what I want to hear, because that's what I want to hear. I want to hear that this is about to get dismissed and that you're going to be the person to do it. So now I get to the juvenile court, and the judge is like, normally no bonds for juveniles, but since you are being housed inside of an adult facility, then I'm going to give you a bond. My bond was $300,000. I got back, which my attorney, Jonathan Turner, had already told my family how much the bond was and whatever. But when I got back to Silverdale, I got on the phone. I was like, please get me out. I can't do another day. Please get me out. Like, I was on the phone crying, like, please get me out. I was talking to my brother, my aunt, like everybody, like, please get me. I got out that night. Thank God. I felt so dirty in there, like, and I just felt like, oh my God, I can't do it.
So listen, now I got the bond. I call my family. I'm like, get me out of here. I can't do it. This is my 13th day in jail, and I cannot do it. Like, I feel so dirty, humiliated, and then just the way that I was treated within those 13 days, like, it was bad. And y'all guards, y'all know y'all was wrong. So back then, like, I used to think that I was better than people who got in trouble because I didn't get in trouble, and that pretty much stemmed from my mom being incarcerated my entire life and my dad being incarcerated my entire life and non-existent in my life. So I always used to be like, I'm never going to be like them. I'm never going to go to prison. I'm never going to get in trouble, because it's not hard to not break the law. Like, that was my mindset. That's the type of person I was. Judgmental. I'm not like that no more. Like, I'm completely different. I'm not judgmental at all anymore. Now I'm out, and I'm like discussing, basically comparing notes to what Jonathan was telling me versus what he was telling my aunt. So like, we're comparing notes, and like the notes are not matching up. So now it's making me even more mad, because it's like, why are you telling them something different than what you're telling me? Like, what is it? So now I feel like I cannot trust you, and then you already aren't telling me that you're going to get me off. So I don't want you to be my attorney anyways. So me thinking I just know it all, I start to Google those attorneys, whose names we shall not say. I just start to Google their name, and they're like, they start popping up, and they was got like a lot of star reviews, and they're saying that they take those type of cases. And I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna hire them because they came to visit me, which is illegal. Anyways, they came to visit me, and they really want my case, so I'm just gonna hire them because maybe they will fight harder to get this dismissed. Now I go to their office, I hire them. They're like, they're just raving, and they're like, they can't believe this happened to me, and blah 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 blah. So I'm thinking, like, this is about to get dismissed during juvenile court, because now I'm on the outside and I'm looking up case laws, I'm looking up different stuff. I'm like confused. I'm like, okay, are we following the laws from 2018, or are we following the law from 2009? Like, which one is it? Because that's going to make a major difference in what rules and laws I'm supposed to be looking up. they're confused too, which is already in my head. That should have been a red flag, but back then I'm like, this is a confusing case, so maybe they're not prepared for something like this, and I get it. I have family members who done been through the system, and they're basically telling me like, the person who's gonna fight the hardest for your case is yourself. So do that research. Go and figure out everything you can do. I'm really half-assing because I'm like, they want my case, they're gonna do it, and I also never been in something like this, and it's like, I'm in my head, I'm just thinking like, I didn't do it. Like, who is gonna sit there and blame me for something that I didn't do? And yes, I know that this type of stuff does happen to people, but not as far as this, not like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to get it dismissed while I was in juvenile court, and so this is when I start to the woman, and she is like, well, it's going to get pushed to criminal court. She's like, it's gonna get pushed to criminal court. Like, why is it gonna get pushed to criminal court? And she's like, because you're grown, the judge isn't gonna know what to do with you. And I'm like, yeah, but you can fight to get it dismissed. Going back and forth about that, blah 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 blah. And at this point, juvenile court, nobody's supposed to know anything about it. Oh, and Chattanooga Press, y'all ran a story on me while I was inside of juvenile court, and y'all know y'all wasn't supposed to do that. Y'all violated my rights, and I know y'all watching. Yeah, I had to say that. Okay, so now she's like trying to like advocate for the case to be moved to criminal court because, quote quote quote, she don't know what else is at discovery, because apparently juveniles aren't allowed to see their discovery or something like that, to that nature. I don't really know why that was a thing. So, and I'm telling her like, girl, it ain't no other evidence inside of there. Like, I'm telling you, like, because at this point we know it's the fingerprint, but that's all that we know. Listen to me. And so it gets moved to criminal court or whatever, and I am in awe. I don't want to deal with this, and now the stories is getting ran. People is making their jokes online. Yeah, I remember. And I finally got the discovery. So when I got discovery, I did extensive research in that discovery. Like, me and my aunt, we used to go to the library and sit in that library for hours. Like, I got books open, I'm searching, like I'm trying to figure out exactly what's what. And what's so crazy is because I'm listening to all the recordings, I'm listening to all the interviews, I'm listening to the past interviews, I'm searching up original suspects, like everything, everything, like more I'm doing more work than those attorneys ever fucking done.
An inmate at Hamilton County Jail. This call is subject to recording and monitoring.
Hey, oh no, I just looked at the Time Free Press, and they arrested a chick named Angel Bump Pass. Do you understand me? Recently? Yeah, but we're not talking about that. We ain't talking about that, but that's what I'm saying. We don't even know who that is. Do you feel me? Huh? Now, do you believe in God?
Don't jump to conclusions. Come back for part 4. And are you confused right now? Because the whole situation is really confusing. But it's hard for me to skip over a bunch of details and just say what is important. So if you're really confused, just drop a comment under this video.